Well, holy cow. It's Sunday. You know, buses don't run on Sunday. They don't run on Monday either because, well, Memorial Day. Which they shouldn't run on Memorial Day. Even though some bigger towns they do. But I think you should take that day off to honor the veterans. And I don't have a whole lot planned today. I'm not going to go for a long walk. Just a medium walk. I'm sitting here by a quick trip. And, I have said some really outlandish things, especially when I was talking about COVID and the mask and stuff, which I don't do anymore. What, Piglet? No, I don't argue with it. Stop it. Don't play with the cow. Been hanging around here too much. Anyway, yesterday I was going to do Adventureland, the outside of it. I wasn't going to go inside. It's too much, like $50. But anyway, and I was going to film some of that around there, around the Altoona Walmart yesterday. But I had a really, what? Piglet. Yes, a really bizarre incident. Now, you can say I'm nuts. You can say you don't believe in that stuff. Whatever it may be. Here's what happened to me. I got on the bus, and it's a long bus ride. If it is connected, it's possible. I'm not going to say anything bad about it, but I was wearing a mask on the bus, because you're supposed to, and then I started to get a headache. Say what you want about that. I have gotten headaches wearing a mask before. That's probably not accurate. I don't want to get medical misinformation, so it's probably not entirely true. And so I got off. I was getting ready to film in the Altoona Walmart. The Adventureland, the outlets is right behind there. I started to get this headache, and it started to get worse, and it started to get worse as it progressively went along. So I went in Walmart and got me a pop, got me some like chicken things, those little bitty chicken things they have, and I got some of those. And then ironically, as I was doing self-checkouts, I find that easier to do in these times. It really is. I might even continue to do it after COVID ends. What? Yeah, I know. That's not our job. Well, they should have made them in the first place. And there happened to be some headache pills there. So I went back, I paid for my stuff, went back out, and then my headache was so bad, it went way around my head. It could have been caused by stress, could have been the mask, I don't know. It just so, I'll never know. And the headache got so bad that I found some grass, and I literally collapsed from the pain. So I opened the bottle with what strength I had left, and took a pain pill, and then I drank with like, I think I had pop. Yeah, I had a Mountain Dew. And then one thing that happened. I know people don't believe in this stuff. I'm not overly religious, but I do believe in God. My biological father, who has been dead for 2 years, served in the Vietnam War, as I had said, a Memorial Day tribute. Vehicle was going by. And for like 30 seconds, I seen him appear. Now, if you would know my biological father, this was so classic him. He didn't say a word. And then he was gone. And then my headache started to get better. I still had it for the rest of the day, but it started to get better. So I never got to shoot what I wanted to yesterday. Eventually, I will. But I didn't get it done yesterday. And you can say that I was hallucinating. You can say you don't believe in that stuff. All I know is maybe, what, Piglet? Yeah, maybe he was sending me a message. Say what you want. I know people don't really believe in that, but that's okay. I do. I believe that people in the afterlife have a way of contacting you. He might have saved my life. Who knows? It's hard telling. I'll never know on that. But I just wanted to share that really weird experience I had yesterday. And say what you want. I don't care. But I do believe in that stuff. And well, I'm going to try to film some stuff today. I don't know what I'll be able to film around here. I'm going to probably walk 3 miles or so, beginning my daily walk. I like walking. I've been losing a lot of weight. I don't know if you've noticed that. I was never heavy to begin with, but you know what? Welcome to Sunday afternoon with Donnie and Piglet. And a vehicle went by. They drive sort of mad around here on Sunday for some reason. I don't know. Weird. And well, welcome to, well, the adventures of Donnie, even though it ain't going to be a lot today. You see it? Yeah. I think the airport is probably about 5 or 6 miles from here. You see a lot of airplane craft flying, great big airplane. There it goes. Hopefully it shows up on my video. It should. I believe these are Corvettes. I might be wrong. Correct me if I am, but I think they're Corvettes. Which color do you prefer? Yellow? You prefer the yellow or the black? I'll tell you which color I prefer. Yep, like a Corvette. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. So which color do you prefer? Yellow or the black? You know which one I prefer? The black. But if I ever knew how to drive and was rich, well, I would buy the Corvette. And that's sort of like a bonus because right next to this car place, look at this. Oh boy. Let's just enjoy it. It's nice to take in just a few seconds and just to catch your breath. That totally. Hey, I love the outdoors, as you can tell. I really love the outdoors. So, which do you prefer? Black, yellow, or how about a red Corvette? Okay, so you have 3 choices: black, yellow, or red. I still would go with the black, maybe the red, and then the yellow, in that order. There's a business here, and I've noticed this, and I'll show something else later. This is actually a newer location, called Broken Arrow Wear T-shirt, painting, and embroidery. I like that truck back there. Pretty cool. And I'll show something later where their business used to be, and I'll show that later, sort of like a little bit of a, I don't know, bonus content. I don't know what I'm calling this video today, but I'll have some name for it eventually. In a way, I wish I would have waited to upload my Memorial Day tribute, because this would have been absolutely perfect to put a finishing touch on that video. But you know what? It is what it is. And back here going by Merle Hay Funeral, you know that, where I filmed the beginning of my Memorial Day video. Anyway, while I'm gabbing here, yes, it's honor to them, and they're all lined up along here, even way down there. And well, let's salute. Like I said, about a half a mile back, the new, I don't know how long it's been there, but I'm just assuming that they moved from here to there. So I'm assuming that's their new business. It looks really, really new. This is their old business. I know for a fact it is. They haven't removed the sign. Broken Arrow and Embroidery, however you say it. There's their business. You can see signing's wearing off a whole lot, and it even says we've moved. Well, that's down that way, and of course it's crossing the big lots next to the cemetery. So see, I'm right. Not right very often, but hey, every mail can be, hey, a broken clock can be right twice a day. With saying, well, this is a downright utter mess. Merle Hay Mall. They have this sucker. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're repaving, maybe they're adding new buildings. I don't know. But it's an utter and complete mess. This is the entrance to it. Got a fence here all blocked off. Poor people trying to get into Merle Hay Mall. They have to make a detour, including me. There's no way in here. This is a complete and utter mess, literally. This is just a mess. This is an utter complete. I'm sorry, I keep saying that, but it's true. Road closed. Man, I really don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're repaving? I don't know. But it's a complete mess. Look at this. It goes all along here. Wow. Don't you love it when they make stuff difficult for people to get into a place? Really, they do. They try their best. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm being over dramatic. Maybe not. So just remember, if you're traveling by car, they have Merle Hay Mall in a complete utter mess, like I said about 20 times. Up here is the detour to get in. And that's the way to get in. I just like to forewarn people that they have, unless you've already seen it, they have a complete disaster area. I don't know another word to say for it. It's an utter mess. They did tear down JCPenney. Somebody told me on my other channel that. It's what used to be over there, and it's even more of a mess. So I don't know what they're doing. Maybe making a new road, new businesses, who knows. I went into Target. As I was going into Target, I noticed something strange. So I went to Target, but I didn't buy nothing, money's tight. Anyway, and I came back out and they're still here. They're up there playing an accordion. Look at the sign. Now, here's a problem I'm having with this. I'm trying to be diplomatic. They're homeless. They're homeless. I think they're homeless. It has like a billboard sign that says, I have 3 kids. I lost my job. To me, I get it. There's all kinds of homeless people. But I don't see many homeless people with a billboard begging for money. You do see it. Not a lot. This is a sympathy play. I just wonder if they're really homeless. I really do. I really wonder if they're actually homeless. Now I know this is a very sensitive topic, but they have an accordion. You know how much accordions cost? Maybe they should take that accordion and take it to a pawn shop and sell it. If they're that hurting for money, I'm just saying. I don't know if I buy the fact that they're homeless. I really don't. Because they have an accordion. What homeless person in the world has an accordion? Well, if anybody can tell me of another homeless person in the world that has an accordion, please tell me, please. This seems like a sympathy play. I have 3 kids and lost my job. Yeah, a lot of people have lost their jobs during COVID-19. That's the way it is. But how many people do you actually see? And I can't believe Target is allowing this. It's right by their front doors. Right by their front doors. And Target is allowing this. I don't quite understand that. And listen, I know this is a sensitive topic, but this is wrong. This is wrong, standing in front of a business begging for money. Begging for money because you have 3 kids and you lost your job. Like I said, take the accordion and take it to a pawn shop and sell it. You might get $50, maybe 100, if you have to buy food. You know what? I'm sorry. I know this is an entirely sensitive topic, and I tried to be as delicate with it as possible because there's millions of homeless people. But this one, I can't find any sympathy for it because it seems like it's a sympathy play, nothing more and nothing else. Sorry for my rant. I usually don't talk about homeless, and no, I'm not going to show them on my video. I never have, and I have never showed a homeless person on my video. Okay, I cut one out in my Memorial Day video tribute, so I'm not going to do it today. And they're still playing the accordion. Why is Target allowing this? I'm not going to say anything, but I'm tempted, but I won't. On the other side of Target, I don't think I've been down this way, because the bus doesn't go down this way. But I noticed, well, I'm walking today anyway, it's Sunday, and I noticed this really cool, interesting billboard sign. Look at the giant fish. Oh, over by Grand Prairie Parkway. I like that fish. So I tell my fiance, fish are evil. They're not really. They're good for your brain and memory and memorizing stuff and having a good memory. What, Piglet? Yes, I'm on the back side of Merle Hay Mall. I'm not going to wander too far. I don't really know what's down that way, and I don't want to get too incredibly lost. You can still see the sign from Merle Hay in the background. But you know what? Over there is an IHOP. Okay, and back there they're building probably an apartment complex, maybe a new motel. Who knows? It could be anything. What? Yeah, I know. I went off there a little bit. Trying to cross the road here, a highway. I don't think it's a highway. I think it's like a main drag road. I got a little confused. Actually, a lot confused. What? Yeah, it's a little confusing. It's really confusing. You have this here exiting this, as you can see. And you got a little bit of turn off up here, and then they can go around in here. And I was trying to figure out how to get across this. It slightly confused me. What, Piglet? Yes, I get confused really easily. Yonkers. Do you remember Yonkers, how huge they were? I do when I was a kid in the 80s. And in the 90s, they started to dwindle a little bit. You see, Yonkers, what, Piglet? Yes, Yonkers was one of the oldest stores dating back to the 1850s. I don't know how accurate that is, but it was dating back to the 1850s. Yonkers nowadays, because Yonkers is, well, you could say, what? Like Blockbuster. Dead on arrival. They're completely almost all gone. I think they are all gone, come to think about it. The only thing Yonkers has left, is their online shopping. Did you know Yonkers still has online shopping? Go figure. But Yonkers is completely, they're dead. And here's the sad part. A lot of these old malls, especially Merle Hay Mall, I even did South Ridge Mall, and I did Park Fair Mall. And I'm not sure if Park Fair Mall had a Yonkers, but South Ridge did, and Merle Hay does. And when Yonkers ceases to exist, the malls become somewhat dead. They're still going, but Yonkers is what built the malls. There was Yonkers all over the United States, maybe even Canada, not sure. But since 2018, Yonkers have been closing their doors, and there is nothing left of Yonkers except the buildings. The buildings are the only thing that remain of what once was Yonkers, an unbelievable big chain. It was a clothing store, of course. And what now remains of Yonkers? Well, it ain't much. It's buildings that are, what, Piglet? Yes, buildings that are deteriorating. Or they will be deteriorating in a few years unless they do something about it. This Yonkers ain't deteriorating like most of the Yonkers. They're not deteriorating. But look at this. This is the parking lot for Yonkers at Merle Hay Mall. One time, packed to the brim. No more. And here's what remains of the Yonkers at Merle Hay Mall. Still got the sign up there. The sign still says Yonkers. They have not removed that sign. Oh, I guess furniture, whatever. Furniture, clothing, whatever. You know, I never went into a Yonkers, so I don't really know. And, well, I guess ironic, a Target shopping cart is over here. And that's what killed Yonkers. Probably, I'm guessing. I don't know what really killed Yonkers, but once was Yonkers is just, well, just sitting here, completely empty. One time you could walk up here and go into Yonkers. And it's too bad. I wish we could, you can't get into it anyway. They're locked off because Yonkers is, we have a dead store. It is, they're a dead store. I don't think there's any Yonkers left in the world. They're all online. Can you believe that? They still operate. And look at this. You can't even go up these steps anymore. The steps are deteriorating. That's what's going to happen to the old Yonkers stores unless something is done about it. Look at that. They were supposed to be locked off. I'm not going to walk up it. But look at that. The steps and the railing are completely deteriorating. The building outside looks good. But what about inside? That's the question of the question. And it's sad that these stores like this, because they were built for the malls in the 50s and the 60s. They put a Yonkers in there and it created their business. When Yonkers, I think, filed for bankruptcy, what Piglet? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. You're not either? Neither am I. But when Yonkers started closing, some of these old malls, like Southridge Mall, Merle Hay Mall, is even going to be suffering from their business because of it. Yeah, there's Targets over there. But for the mall itself, it's a dying mall because of no Yonkers. And that's the sad, tragic tale of these big stores like Yonkers. And I also really believe the next store in danger is in danger, not as big as Yonkers, is Kohl's. I firmly believe Kohl's in danger because of all these other stores. I think Kohl's one day could join the long list of big chains that have went under. What Piglet? Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But we shall see what the future holds for Kohl's. And inside Merle Hay Mall, which I have filmed in here before, I think I filmed this part. That was Yonkers. Sign's been torn down, of course. That was Yonkers. Not there anymore, like I had said. And it's a sad tale. The back side or front side, I don't know what you want to say. This is what. There is people parking over here, but not because of Yonkers. Oh no. See, this was the parking lot for Yonkers, more of it. I did on the other side of it. I decided to take a little bit more of a peek towards it. Boarded up windows, can you believe that? Got vandalized. That's what become of Yonkers. Now ain't that a sad, tragic case? It really, really is. What Piglet? Have you been in Yonkers? I never did, and well, I'll never have the opportunity because Yonkers is, well, no more. I don't think there's a single store of Yonkers even remotely open. Well, I'm on the other side of that construction crew stuff, and my fiance told me about this crane here. It has like a flag from Memorial Day. There we go. Anyway, I have to show my gratitude towards them. I did find out that this was JCPenney, and it was probably not this big. It's probably a parking lot area. What's a parking lot area? You can still see the yellow lines here a little bit. It's a great big parking lane here, parking aisle. You can still see some of the yellow lines here where you could park. They're still visible there. There might have been another store besides JCPenney. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Maybe somebody else could tell me. JCPenney is like Yonkers. Couldn't survive. They could not survive. We used to have a JCPenney in Ottumwa. They closed down too. And they had a hard time surviving in these times. Just like Yonkers. I'll do a better view of that flag. There we go. That's a really great view. And I'd like to know what they're doing exactly. Hey, I want those rocks was part of JCPenney. Could have been. Hey, the entrance right there. And you can see where parking was. Probably the front side or back side of it. Not this here. I bet there was more than just a JCPenney in there. That's my guess. Huh. See these little steel things for the store. Or what's left of it. Of course, there's nothing left of JCPenney. That's what's going to happen to Yonkers someday. Someday. Yeah, wow. And it's a sad tale about these stores. Look at that. Used to be inside JCPenney. Wow. What a mess. What a mess. No question. That is a mess. I like to do research and try to find where stuff used to be. You know, in Ottumwa it's pretty easy because I lived there for years. In Des Moines, you know, it's a new city. I haven't lived here. But what? Yeah, common theme. Chain stores going out of business. Blockbuster. So I did some research, Googled photos, what have you, and I heard that there was a Blockbuster here on Merle Hay Road. Now you remember this way back on my other channel, I did video over here of Dollar Tree and Big Lots and Price Chopper and all that. Well, after some really heavy researching, Mattress Supercenter. Now notice is it because I seen the picture of that video hoarder thing there, and I looked and Blockbuster. Can you imagine Blockbuster being in there? Of course, we know Blockbuster is by the wayside, literally, just like Yonkers and JCPenney's. But that's where Blockbuster used to be on Merle Hay Road, right there. Pretty cool. Now, I'm not going to get too close because the doors are open some odd reason today when this business has been closed. Anyway, I'm going to post a screenshot because this is entirely accurate. I thought it did look like a movie theater, and it was. It opened in 1966, closed its doors in 2014, and they opened a more modern movie theater in place of this over on Merle Hay, and more in Merle Hay Mall. Don't know if they're working right now with COVID, but anyway. Yep, and I did cover this before, and I thought it looked like a movie theater. And people were buying clothes in there and stuff today, like Salvation Army type stuff. But that's what's I thought they had moved. But you can tell it used to be a movie theater. You can see where it's decaying up there too, over the years of just sitting there. But those type of theaters, I did do a couple theaters on historical views. I could have did this one too, even though this one hasn't been there as long. It's still pretty historical. I guess they have a pop-up shoe store in there. Well, a pop-up shoe sale. No, it's not a shoe store now, it's just a shoe sale. Probably just using it for the meantime, and then the Lord knows what they're going to decide to do with the building in and of itself. I don't know. See if they could put a business in there. It's really nice. It's been remodeled inside. You can't even tell it's a movie theater anymore, or it was. Well, I decided to combine Sunday and Monday, and just like today, I don't really know what I'm going to film. I never really do know. I sort of wing these. For the most part, I wing these. And well, Memorial Day. I did a tribute, like you know, the Memorial Day. I hope people enjoyed that, the ones that saw it, because I'm still working on getting some people to change over to my channel. But you know what? That is what it is. Maybe I'll get a newer audience. Who knows? And I wish I knew more people that actually enjoy these videos. I just do them just for fun. I'm not getting any money for this. It's just something fun I do. You know, I'm never gonna. There's some YouTubers that get paid for it, bigger YouTubers. I never will. I'll never have a channel that big. You know what? Happy Memorial Day to the veterans. And you know what? Like I said, my biological father served 2 terms in Vietnam. He never talked about the war like a lot of veterans. You know, it's a very traumatic experience. He never talked about Vietnam War. It was never brought up. I never asked him. There's no point in it. I respected him for his service, no matter what you think of the Vietnam War. A lot of people were against it, even back in the 60s. You know, peace and love and all that. Hippies. Well, anyway, I do know this, that when he was 18, this was common. Not so much now, but back then it was common that when he was 18, he enlisted and you know, he went and, well, fought in Vietnam. 2 full terms. And I didn't have a close relationship with biological father. I've said that on a video long while ago. I mean, way back last year sometime. And he was very, you know, being in a war, it changes you in many ways. And so he didn't really talk about it, and we never had a close relationship. And he was a hard man to read, hard man to understand. He didn't show emotions. I think at all the times that I knew him, when I did see him, he only said, "I love you," like maybe once. And I was like a teenager at the time. So that's the only time he really said it. And I remember that on his one hand right here, right where your fingernail is, it was bent. And I asked him what happened to his hand. He said, wrong place, wrong time. My guess, it probably was because of a gun, or he got his finger jammed or something. But you know what? I always think about him on Memorial Day because I respected his service. I always did, even when I was a teenager, even before then when I was a kid. And I was actually thinking about joining the Army or the Navy or what. My Army, because he was in the Army. And I was thinking about joining the Army, but then I got diagnosed with seizures, so that pretty much ended that dream. So that's the reason I've always respected all veteran services. I think it's disrespectful when the NFL, with all the players kneeling. I think it is the most, it's not respecting the veterans. It's disrespecting the veterans. That's the way I've always thought about it. Stand for the national anthem, because if you don't, you're not showing any respect. Well, it's because BLM are idiots. They're freaking idiots. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that because I don't know what I'm going to do today. But hang on a minute. Where are you, Piglet? Where are you? There you are. Anything to say about Memorial Day? Well said. Well said. Thank you for our service, and well, happy Memorial Day. Don't try this at home. Leave this to the trained professionals. I'm really not. I'm in the middle of a intersection. I don't know. This is actually a walk. It's not really a walkway, but it's the best way to get there without having to deal with a lot of traffic. It's dangerous, but I know what I'm doing. I've done this quite a few times, and I did a video, never uploaded it, but this time I'm going to do it about weird placement of city lines. Okay, right now, if I move over here, I'm in Des Moines. Right here, I'm in Des Moines. But if I move a little bit this way, I'm in Urbandale. And that's not the That's not the weird, that is weird placement. There's even more weird placements of city lines. Now, I'm gonna walk, I have to cross the street, I'll put some pause in the meantime, or highway, is cut off the highway. Anyway, okay, and up there is Johnson. I will show that sign once I get across this highway, because I never cross highways while I was 484 streets. I never have. Maybe once or twice, but I'm very careful about it if I do, but I won't do it here. Okay, I made it across the highway, safe and sound. You know, like I said, I don't record doing it, but it's too dangerous. Even if YouTubers do that, I think that's a little bit too dangerous. Anyway, like I said, Des Moines back there, over there on the highway is Urbandale. And actually, when you go into Des Moines, you can actually, there's one spot I've seen where it's actually Urbandale a couple times. Anyway, and up here is Johnson. So technically I'm in Urbandale, but when I cross over, I'm going to be in Johnson. So you have Johnson there, up there on the highway. You have Urbandale going into the bypass, the underpass is Des Moines. Weird boundary line. That's what I was looking for. Weird boundary lines for city limits. It's just very weird. I like this brick. I showed it on another video on my other channel. And it's pretty safe in here, as long as no cars jump over this way. It might happen at night with a drunk idiot. Anyway, with a cow. Well, it took me a long time to figure out what used to be here, and it doesn't look like that's what it would be. It's sort of a misconception as to what it would be. And I looked and I researched and I couldn't figure out what was here. What piglet? Yeah, the name of it, you'd think it would be a horse track. What? No, it's a misconception of a name. A really big time misconception of a name. Anyway, Echo Trails. Okay, so I thought horse racing. Got a picture of a horse. No, it's where you used to rent trailers and lease trailers, stuff like that. But it had to be horse racing. No, I mean, it sort of looks like it, but it's not. But whatever, how big it was, whatever, I'll never know because it's an empty lot. That's pretty much what's here. You got a bulldozer over there. That's pretty much it. That's all that remains of this. This is concrete where you pulled in. I don't know how big it was. I don't know any of that. There was no pictures of it on Google or anything of that nature. But what piglet? Yeah, he's right. Why is there a picture of a horse on there? That doesn't quite make sense. Neither is a horse. So I automatically assumed when I first saw it, horse racing. What piglet? Yeah, holy cow, and you're a pig. Every time I come by this pizza place, of course I come by here like right now around 10, sometimes I come by at noon, even 2 o'clock, they're closed. And I keep thinking, okay, maybe they're closed because of COVID. That's the way stuff seems to be going nowadays because they can't keep up business. Yeah, that's another topic. What? Yeah. Pagalia's Pizza? They're always closed. I guess they have some of the oddest, bizarrest business hours. They don't open until like 4. What's the point of that? Seriously, if you're going to own a pizza place, be open with more reasonable hours. That's a little ridiculous themselves. Every time I come by here, not like I want to go in there and eat. I might give it a possibility. I mean, I haven't done that lately, going out to eat. But they're always closed. I'm like, what piglet? Yeah, have some better sensible hours. Holy cow. A car service place, it seems like it's on its way out. You don't hear many of them anymore. It's called Quick Lube. Well, this one's looks like they're planning to do something with it. And you can see where they dug up some that used to sit there. And, well, they're closed. I've noticed it a few times walking by here. Bigger, fancier places, that's a common theme, that are going into effect. And these little places like this are becoming a nostalgia feel and a thing of the past. Sort of sad if you ask me, but it's just the way that the times change a lot. It's the way it is. When you're out and about, a lot of people don't notice this when they're driving. You know, you see weird signs that quite don't make sense. What piglet? Yeah, I've been over this way, but I never noticed the sign. What? Yeah, it's really weird. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, there's a business over there. A bunch of businesses over there, like Dog Room and Airline Travel and Enterprise, stuff like that. Keep that in mind. There's a rental place over there, Enterprise. So then you have over here, you have, I'm going to keep out the surprise, you have a sushi place, and you have Aqua, and Joe's Pub, and there's more businesses down that way. Oh, no rental car parking beyond this point. Why? I don't know. Do you know? No. Considering over there is Enterprise. I'm confused. Really, really confused. As you know, what? Yeah, I changed my amount of material I cover. Don't talk about the media and the CDC and the mask. They are good for a good cause, but you prevent people from getting COVID. What? Yeah, science doesn't lie. Anyway, so I changed the amount of content I cover. That's just something I don't really talk about, but this is something that irks me. Really irks me. Face mask sale. Kids and adults. Cotton 3-layer filter. What piglet? Can I do my rant? You gonna let me? You're not gonna help me? Okay, thanks for the help. Piglet. Really, thanks. This is irking me. This has what COVID has turned into. It's turned into a money grabbing machine. Literally, it's turned into a money grabbing machine. Anything to make a quick buck. A quick buck. That's what this has turned into. It's not about, okay, I won't say that, because that will be a little over the line. It's not, it's about money. Money, money, money. How can we make money off of these masks? That's what it's turned into. I get it. We have to protect ourselves from catching COVID. I get that. But you know what? That is ridiculous. It's bad when you go to Walmart and Target and other places. You could buy a pair of pants and a shirt and a mask to go with it. It's a money grabbing machine. That's what this has turned into. They do not want this to go away. They don't want to, because they're making millions off of this shit. They're really making millions. I'm not going to went too far by saying this shit when COVID is real. It's absolutely real. And I see that all the time, and it sort of irks me that it's about money. It's all about money. And that's what Bible times teach us about greed. And people are greedy. And it's about money. That's it. Money. I'm not going to have an incredibly long day, so what I did record today, I will, edit with the other and put it together, which I tend to do that. I haven't done that much. Done 2 videos. My long one, I did 4 days on 1 video, but that's one way as long as that. It won't even be nowhere close. Anyway, I had one thing I wanted to do today. Is my money situation is still a little tight, but it's better, so I went ahead to Hy-Vee. That was what I was going to do. It's only going on 11 o'clock, so it's going to be a really short day. And I wanted to get me a monthly pass for, June. Because, I still want to do outdoor videos. So I went ahead and went over here and bought it. And I'm always looking. You always got to watch these. They work long hours wearing a mask. It's very rough to be doing that. I couldn't do it. But anyway, so I went ahead and bought the pass, and I noticed, I just happened to be looking at it, and it still said May 1st to 31st. I was like, hey, this is for May. And the guy's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he apologized profusely, and he handed me the one for June. So I'm still going to be doing my outdoor videos. I really couldn't go anywhere Sunday. No buses. Why don't the buses run on Sunday in Des Moines? You think they would, besides Des Moines. They do it in other big cities. But anyway, and of course Memorial Day I wasn't going to go too far because, again, no buses on Memorial Day. Which, I'm fine with that, them not running buses on Memorial Day. But then again, there's the other side. What about people that work? Yeah, that could be a problem for some people that have to ride, depend on the bus. And, well, I'm hoping to do one tomorrow, get out and about, and if the weather cooperates, we'll have to see on that. You know what? I enjoy doing these. I wish more people would give me feedback if they like them or not. But it's sort of my way of getting away and just looking at the beautiful scenery outdoors. And it's just sort of my way of relaxing and looking at the scenery. That's what I love doing. I've always loved doing this. I even took up photography in college. That's how much I love the outdoors. I was going to do a career in that, but I never graduated. So, it is what it is. But, anyway, I'll upload this probably tonight. And it won't be as long as some of my other ones. But, hey, it's funny when you start saying not going to be as long as my other ones, when it'll probably be close to 50 minutes or so. But, hey, it is what it is, and it's a nice beautiful day. It's in the 60s, only going on 11, and this is going to be a relatively short day. If you're wondering what happens, why I sometimes wear a coat, and I just feel like I sort of nippy, and then it becomes really nice. And I sort of tie it around my waist like they used to do in the 80s. I know, I'm still hanging on to the past. Anyway, I saw this ice cream place. Not too far from Hy-Vee, going that way. I'm going to head back that way, head back to the motel. Anyway, and in a way, sort of made me go, Grams. It looks like Grams. This is probably, sort of resembles Grams. Doesn't look like Grams. It resembles Grams. Probably a newer building here than the one in Ottumwa. Grams. Sort of resembles it. Called Van Dees. I like that logo they got. It's pretty cool. Really nice place. I like the gravel they got there. It's really nice. And I'm not trying to get too close to the business because, they got a little gazebo out back here. I'll go around this way so you can see it. There we go. Isn't that nice? That's pretty cool. I don't know if it's part of that or if it's part of this really nice neighborhood. I don't know. Yeah, there's some fancy houses around here. Real fancy. Very close to there, they have Johnson Interbond Trail. Yeah, no motorized vehicles. Somebody in the past has actually tried that. Anyway, it goes down that way. Somebody walking the dog. It goes down that way. I don't want to take it because I don't know where it goes exactly. I try to keep on a direct path so I don't get lost. You never know, you can. Even though Johnson's a smaller city than Des Moines, but you can still get lost. So try to keep on a direct path, directly direct. Look at this. Now I'm crossing the street, but dead end. So I'll keep on my direct path, head back to the motel. I'll get there eventually. I always do. Holy cow. Does anybody still wear wristwatches anymore? But they died out with the invention of smartphones and iPhones and all kinds of shit. So didn't they die out years ago? Maybe I'm wrong. Watch and clock junction. It's a watch. How do they survive in these times? How do they make money? I don't know. You tell me. I'm confused. Well, need a job? Not hiring. School bus driver. Oh, there you go. If you want a job, I don't know. Maybe somebody's looking to be a school bus driver. On my other channel, I did record some of Johnson, so I'm not recording a lot of it here. Just anyway, I was confused. I thought Johnson went into Grinnell. What? Why did I think that? Because it says Grinnell State Bank. So I thought this was Grinnell. I know I can be a little dumb sometimes. I'll put me down, Piglet. But hanging around just a cow too much. I know, you two are best friends. Yeah, I know, you talk to him on the phone all the time when we're out walking. Well, in case you're wondering, what time is it? What time is it? It's clobber time. No, I'm just kidding. Damn time. 11:38. That's what time it is right now. Okay? That's totally random. Really, really random. What? I know, Piglet. I'm random. Thanks for the info. I already said that. I know. Classic car alert. What, Piglet? Okay. Classic truck. Somebody could teach me how to drive and has $49,000? Let me know. Sweet. That is really nice. 1958. I like that. Camper back there. It's really nice. Old style. Old school. You could buy the truck and that camper. Does the camper come with the truck? What? Piglet? No? Well, then they should, you know, make that a package. Nah, I know. They would. But it'd be pretty cool, though. I have an extreme hatred for dandelions, which really mess up my sinus and allergies, and cottonwood trees. I have an extreme hatred for cottonwood trees, too. I'm sitting here by a gas station, you know, and I'm taking a little bit of a break, and look at this mess. I hate cottonwood trees. Yes, I know. Everybody says dandelions and cottonwood trees are beautiful. Maybe, but they cause utter havoc on my sinus and allergies, and they just blow. And the cottonwood trees, that stuff from it just blows all over the place, and it looks like snow at times with a whole bunch of them just falling from the sky. And I have an extreme hatred for cottonwood trees and dandelions. Something that I want to do someday, I will, and it would have been perfect with Memorial Day tribute. It would have been absolutely perfect. Up there, below the sign, which is 35 miles an hour, it says Iowa Military Museum, 4 miles. What, Piglet? Yes, there is a problem. There's a minor problem. And one day I'm going to figure out how to work it. Is the bus, it gets about 2.5 miles. What? Now I could walk it. Be a long walk. But I could take a cab maybe Uber or Lyft for the last 2.5, 3 miles. Then getting back I'd have to take it all the way back. So you're looking at an excess of about $30 or $40. What, Piglet? Will I do it? Someday I will. That's going to be on my list of stuff I want to do, is I would love to visit the Iowa Military Museum. That would have been great for my tribute video to Memorial Day, but it's hard getting there. Really hard. I mean, I wish I knew somebody with a vehicle that would take me there and I'd give them $10 for gas or so. I don't know. But someday, what? I know I ramble a lot. I have a tendency to do that. But someday, I will visit that. Someday. Does Wendy have the worst slogan ever? It's a good question. real people. You need to think about that for a minute. Are they saying the other places zombies are serving you food? It's a tough one. We'll get back to you on that. Well, I was gonna just do the one on Sunday, and then I was gonna upload it. And I'm like, it's not too overly long. So I thought, well, I had to go to Hy-Vee today anyway to buy a new bus pass, as I said on my video. And I thought, well, I'll just sort of combine two days in one video. But that's what I pretty much did. I just combined the two. Probably not the most exciting ones I've done in Des Moines, even though there's quite a bit on there. Most of it is just small clips here and there. And, well, really couldn't do a whole lot because, the drive and the buses don't run on Sunday, which is sort of weird for a big city. And of course, Monday, today, Memorial Day, and I was wearing the right shirt for today, Memorial Day. Well, they let me like going on my walks and traveling and seeing the views. Good. You tell Mr. Cal about it all the time? Oh, that's good. Oh, you call him on the phone a lot, huh? Oh, that's a lot of fun. What? Cal? Yes, I know. You feel left out. We'll have to do an opinion video together someday, a long one. We'll do about 20 minutes, and that way you don't feel so left out. Sorry. Cal. It's really hard to make both of you happy. I know. I spend a lot of money and a lot of time with the pig with them. Sorry about that. But I hope everybody honors the veterans in some way, shape, or form. This is sort of their day, and it's sad that a lot of people disrespect the veterans. I wish they wouldn't, but they're the reason that we have some freedom, which is under attack. But nonetheless, I won't discuss that. But happy Memorial Day to all the veterans, and to all the veterans who lost their lives. Thank you for the freedom. Like I said, my biological father was a veteran. He died a couple or 3 years ago. I think next year will be 3 years he's been gone. And he served in Vietnam for 2 full terms. So I always think about him on Memorial Day. Anyway, and I'm probably gonna do one tomorrow. Thursday I have other stuff planned, so there may or may not be an outdoor video. I haven't decided about Wednesday, but I know at least tomorrow, if the weather cooperates, I'll do one that day. The other days I'm not so sure about, but I know at least tomorrow I will. If I see some stuff on the bus that I like to film, and I want to go ahead and do that. I'll probably just be that location. I'm just guessing. But I sort of do wing these. I just sort of get on the bus and I look and I go, okay, that's something cool to film. That's what I usually do anyway. Well, Cal, Piglet, anything you want to add? No? Well, me and Mr. Cal and Piglet goes on my adventure to go make help. But we're saying, well, you enjoyed the 2 days of videos I did. It was a long video, longer than I did. It took 2 days to get almost an hour because the buses. But anyway, well, that's all for now.